So, a fantastic survey this week from our friends at Pregnant Then Screwed, who interviewed 20,000 women and discovered that 15% of mums or expectant women have been made or think they will be made redundant, and almost half of those think that the lack of childcare during the pandemic has been a factor.
We also found that 72% of mums were working less hours and taking a financial hit because of lack of childcare.
Within that were over 6,000 key workers who said that they were unable to work as hard as they needed to during the pandemic, also because of childcare. And this presents some really difficult questions for business leaders. Are you going to reward people who worked 14 hours a day and diligently did everything that was asked of them during lockdown? Or are you going to support people who perhaps were unable to deliver as much as they wanted to because they were besieged by 18-month-old twins? How is business supposed to respond? The thought I have on this subject is that business needs to use its power to raise this with government and to help build the understanding that childcare is infrastructure. It's just as important, as we've seen from this, as offices and bridges and roads and trains. People can't do their jobs unless children are also looked after. And I would love to see businesses, when they're talking about the gender pay gap and being held accountable for women at senior level, to also say, yes, we will take responsibility for those things, but government needs to play its part and stop twiddling around with 30 hours here and 15 hours there and school days that end at 3:15. Just by way of an example, our school, which is a state school, it's an academy trust, has a school day that runs from 8:30 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, with an option of an extra hour for extended activities. And that is transformative for single parents and for working parents who are able to do a proper day. The big downside is that due to funding, it leads to a 10-week summer holiday. And we are lucky this week because we're at the sailing club and these guys have been sailing today. They're looking completely knackered and they'll be sailing tomorrow. But our youngest one's been at home with a friend all day. It's pretty chaotic. I expect some of you can relate. See you next week.